In this film by Before Caledonia, we'll discover Neolithic Aberdeenshire's Stonehenge, Easter Aquhorthies. We'll take a look at the geology of the stones, the circle, the recumbent and flankers, the archaeology, the secret equinox, sunset alignment and the hidden rock art. At the end of this film, I'll put links to the videos I made with experimental archaeologist Dr. John Hill on Easter Aquhorthies, solar and lunar alignments and measurements, etc. There's also a link to a recumbent stone circle documentary I made, which features 30 sites. If you would like to support Before Caledonia, one of the following simple actions helps the channel. If you could watch the video to the end, hit the like button, share the film, subscribe and leave a comment for a personal reply. There's also a Before Caledonia companion Facebook group. Easter Aquhorthies is a near-perfect circular arrangement and is thought to be one of the first recumbent circles. It's also the finest recumbent stone circle in existence. No stones are missing. Most other stone circles around the UK remain in a fragmentary form. Recumbent stone circles are unique in the British Isles to the county of Aberdeenshire. The east side of the UK is sparse in megalithic sites, bar Aberdeenshire, which has the biggest concentration of stone circles than any other county in Great Britain, which is strange. There are 70 plus recorded recumbent stone circles in the Grampian region, with the rings being constructed between 5,000 and 4,000 years ago. The unique feature of the Aberdeenshire circles is the peculiar recumbent stone. These were deliberately placed by the ancient people in the southern arc with two standing stone megaliths at either side known as the flankers. The name Easter Aquhorthies is thought to translate from Gaelic as field of pillar or field of prayer, which indicates the circle was still seen as a spiritual place into more recent times. The field of prayer translation is interesting as a personal theory, as the prehistoric people may have projected thought from inside these circles. The modern name perhaps shows an appreciation of the site's religious purposes, millennia after it was built in the original function, long forgotten. The circle is sometimes known as just East Aquhorthies. This is seen on the signposts at the site. I would also like to make my viewers aware of another recumbent stone circle near Port Lethen, which is just called Aquhorthies. The recumbent stone circles are found in the rich agricultural farmlands of northeast Scotland. Perhaps this was one of the key reasons why so many of these ancient rings were constructed in this region. Macrimoor on the Isle of Arran is another rich prehistoric landscape of standing stones, stone circles and striking landscape features which was intentionally connected with the fertile land. The recumbent stone circles were a big-scale planning project which shows our ancient ancestors as highly intelligent and extremely hard-working. The circles are considered to have been communal ritual centres, likely multi-use, multifaceted for gatherings, seasonal timekeeping, teaching, astronomy, ritual ceremonies and possibly healing. The focal point of the Aberdeenshire circles are the prominent recumbent stones. These recumbents come in various heights and thicknesses. Easter Aquhorthies recumbent is estimated at around 9 tonnes and is roughly 4 metres long by 1.5 metres high and made of reddish granite from near Benachie. The recumbent's leading face is shot with white bars of quartz. Easter Aquhorthies recumbent is orientated south-southwest, and the triple arrangement of the flankers and recumbent setting is interestingly positioned just inside the circumference of the circle. It's likely the recumbent was the last addition to the site, and moving this megalith would have been an enormous effort from the prehistoric people. The recumbent stones may have had their origins in the practice of ritually blocking entrances of chambered tombs. Could the possible later placement of the recumbent stone have brought the site's life to an end? Something I've never been able to find on the recumbent stone is an OS benchmark symbol. This was considered by archaeologist Alexander Keeler as an act of vandalism. Two peculiar extra stones which seem to give an altar-like appearance protrude from the recumbent at a 90-degree angle. These stones have the same texture as their neighbouring flankers. This arrangement is very rare at the Aberdeenshire circles. However, Ardlair recumbent stone circle has something similar. Notice the arc on the recumbent's inner face, which starts and finishes at each corner of these stones. Perhaps this is symbolic of the arc of the rising or setting sun or moon. A personal theory is the Neolithic people chose recumbent stones for this area to mark them with a unique regional feature. The two flankers either side of the recumbent stand proud and are the tallest stones in the ring. They're made of grey coloured granite. The west flanker is the highest at roughly 2.5 metres. Notice the male phallic shape when viewed from this angle and the rough texture of the stone. The east flanker is slightly smaller and has a smooth finish, and this could be the female stone. The information boards at the site states the triple arrangement of flankers and recumbent stone capture the lunar body rising and setting at midsummer. Generally accepted as the stones were set to mark the cycles of the moon. It's believed that the flanker stones and recumbent create a viewing window to observe the setting or rising of the major lunar standstill, which takes place every 18.6 years, at the point where the moon descends towards the recumbent. Near the bottom of the outside face of the tall male flanker is three hard to make out cup marks. These small, carefully and skillfully carved circular rock art depressions are better viewed at Sunhoney recumbent stone circle. The flat top of this stone is directly opposite the recumbent stone. Variations in the shape of the standing stones was no doubt intentional by the ancient architects. The ring is thought to be one of the earliest circles and has a diameter of nearly 20 metres of 9 evenly spaced stones, plus the 3 stone arrangement of recumbent and flankers and the 2 extra stones at the recumbent, which makes a total of 14 stones altogether. This is a full complement and makes Easter Aquhorthies a complete stone circle. The Scottish archaeoastronomer Professor Alexander Thom, who discovered the megalithic yard, measured Easter Aquhorthies in 1957 and found a true circle. On YouTube you can find a documentary on Professor Thom's work called Cracking the Stonehenge Code. The recumbent circles were intentionally positioned on terraces or crests of hills, with clear expanded views to the south. The builders chose superb locations. The circle was no doubt carefully constructed and positioned so that the ancient people could see the sacred female breast-shaped hill of Mother Tap a few miles to the northwest from inside the circle. Notice how the profile of this stone mimics the shape of the sacred hill Mother Tap in the background. This diamond shape resembles the female stones at Avebury Stone Circle in England. This small stone sits between two of the bigger standing stones and seems to mark Mother Tap as if to draw your attention towards the female breast-shaped hill. The first record of Easter Aquhorthies was in 1796 in an estate plan by John Home. Easter Aquhorthies got some public attention in the 1870s and 1880s through drawings and paintings of the site like Christian McLagan's reconstruction or the romanticised painting by Lady Dunbar. Archaeologist Augustus Pitt Rivers visited in 1884. Then in 1889 his assistants Claude Gray and William Tompkin visited Easter Aquhorthies to photograph, document and measure the site for a full-scale model which was meant to be part of the collection in Wiltshire's Salisbury Museum. The surroundings of the ring were landscaped in the 19th century. Easter Aquhorthies was badly overgrown by the early 20th century. In 1920, the Reverend George Brown visited the site and said it was filled with a forest of whin bushes as high as our heads. The Ministry of Works scheduled Easter Aquhorthies as an ancient monument in 1925. In 1934, archaeologist Alexander Keeler referred to a kist which had been covered by a capstone. By 1963, the state took the site into guardianship. The ancient architects chose an arrangement of different coloured standing stones. This selection of colour may have been symbolic and important to the Neolithic people. The majority of stones are pinkish coloured porphyry. The stones were cleaned in 1985 so that casts could be taken for an exhibition in Edinburgh. This revealed previously undetected subtleties in their colouring. On the east side of the circle are the pink, whitish stones, and on the west side is grey and pink colours. This is the red jasper stone, which the ancients no doubt intentionally picked. To my knowledge, Easter Aquhorthies is the only recumbent stone circle in Aberdeenshire which has a standing stone of red jasper. Jasper is hard and supposedly has healing qualities if touched. Perhaps healing was one of the original functions of the site. Red jasper has a deep red colour and is used as a grounding stone for meditation and has a calming effect. It's linked with the base chakra and fertility, which links in with the male and female shapes of the stones. Surrounding the circle is a low stone wall which is relatively modern. This stone dyke is known as a roundel and was built sometime between 1847 and 1866 to 67. The landowner or farmer likely constructed this to keep livestock out and to protect the ring. The roundel makes the circle look disc-shaped from inside the ring. On YouTube you can find a documentary called Sounds from the Stonehenge featuring Easter Aquhorthies. This originally aired in the UK on Channel 4 in 2001. The film looks into the acoustics of the site by Dr. Alan Watson, an archaeologist at Reading University, and Dr. David Keating from the Department of Cybernetics at Reading University. This sped up footage shows the spring equinox sun setting from the human profile shaped stone number 4. Notice how the solar disk is captured in the recumbent and flanker setting and sets into the male phallic stone during this key solar event. The likely multifaceted genesis of this circle will never be fully understood, which adds to the mystery and fascination of these mysterious stone circles. These sites are so far back into prehistory, to fully understand them, they must have been of great importance to the prehistoric people. Easter Aquhorthies is a beautiful place to visit, drum, meditate, sit quietly, contemplate, pondering what this site was originally for. Imagine the ancestors doing their ritual ceremonies at the equinoxes, solstices and key lunar cycles, perhaps Mother Earth worship and celebrating human life, or simply to watch and experience a sunrise or sunset. Easter Aquhorthies is a car park, then a 400 metre walk up to the circle. The ring is well signposted from the A96 road at Blackhall Roundabout in Inverurie. The site is in the care of Historic Environment Scotland. Before Caledonia is a prehistory project which visits the Neolithic stone circles standing stones and rock art all over Scotland. You can support the project monthly through Patreon and receive exclusive digital and physical content. There's also a one-off PayPal donation option. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this film and may be inspired to visit. Thanks to my Patreons, and a megalithic thanks to our amazing ancient ancestors who built and bequeathed us Easter Aquhorthies.